I'd saved up for 4 years to travel around the world. And I did that, and one of the places I ended up in was Chengdu. I had no conception of China. I never studied Chinese. I knew little to nothing about Chinese history or art. So I returned home, and like 2 months went by, and I couldn't stop thinking about Chengdu and how weird it was. So my name is Rorí Mencin. I'm 28 years old. I am from Ohio in the United States. Currently, I am a curator and part owner of IPF. I came to Chengdu 4 years ago to visit, and I ended up staying and starting a life here and starting a career. And that is the very short version of who I am. One of the first things I was struck by here was there were many talented artists that come out of Chengdu after I looked it up, but I couldn't find their studios. I couldn't find where their work was displayed. None of them I could find information on in English online. So this really got me thinking. IPF stands for Idea Production Factory, and we really live up to that title. First and foremost, it is a bilingual arts and culture media platform in Chengdu that is committed to providing a cultural bridge between locals and foreigners. One of the first things I did was a monthly exhibition guide. This was something that I wish I had known when I first came to Chengdu, but nobody was doing it. A way for people, English and Chinese, to find out what events are going on in Chengdu related to art. Where are the galleries? What are their hours? The second thing we did was we went to an exhibition together, and I wrote a review about it for my own personal opinion. The best date spots in Chengdu, people want to do things different. You can only go for Hotpot so many times, but if you want to go on a date, going to a museum or a gallery is a great idea. Some of our content is very approachable. It really helps people understand the art. It doesn't take you by the hand and lead you through, but it definitely gives you a platform to stand on and look at it through a different perspective. Secondly, we do independent curation. We help you develop your idea and curate it through writing, through media resources, and otherwise. This is everything from personal artists to universities. We did one for the Polish consulate called Love Impossible for a Polish photographer. The role of a curator is not the role of an artist. A curator is more of a facilitator of ideas. Many artists are not very good at expressing themselves through their own writing or maybe public speaking. I really enjoy it because it helps me think about things in a new way. This line of work for me is incredibly rewarding.
We need to step back and look. Okay.
Many people have this conception that an art exhibition is as simple as hanging something on a wall. But a lot goes into it first. This has to deal with like making the posters, doing the marketing and the media, figuring out which pieces will go where. And it's always a negotiation with who you're working with. We've done 7 or 8 at this point throughout Chengdu. I've always been involved in painting and hanging and printing and arranging. There's no distance between me and the wall. To be honest, it's a lot of work to put on the wall, but there's definitely a sense of achievement. Art for me has been a part of my life from a very young age. I love the aspect of critical thinking that goes involved. I like the idea behind works more sometimes than the work itself. I really like concepts, and I think art is a visible display of a concept. Each frame is like an insight into someone's life, but when taken as a whole, you can really see the global perspective of everything. I was trying to do art events there, to try to bring a community together of people and to expose not only foreigners to art in Chengdu, but to Chinese people, to foreigners, and to build this cultural bridge, exposing the local audience to a more international perspective and international artists, doing something totally different for people here.